Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here today at the Whitby Hotel in New York for the premiere of Hidden Malta, Peter Greenberg's latest opus. He's been doing this for years. I've been coming to these premieres, and they are great programs. And in this case, it's Malta. And we're here with Peter Greenberg, is the CBS travel editor, and Carlo Mitkoff. Mikhailov. I've interviewed.
How to do that too.
I know, and I've interviewed you before, and I always do a double take. These Maltese names are just. But no. So we're here. We're going to talk about this wonderful new program that's going to be premiering tonight, and then will be available on public TV and a lot of other venues. And we'll find out all about that and more on Insider Travel Report.
Get set to journey to a place where the ancient and modern world come together. At work and at play. 3 small islands where enduring history is built, sung, and lived. And where that history is strong and runs deep. And all of it waiting to be revealed. I'm Peter Greenberg, and this is Hidden Malta.
Now, first of all, I'm going to ask both of you, how did this project come about? How did you decide that you were going to do Malta, and how did you actually let Peter in the country?
Well, actually, I've been going to Malta for over 40 years. I first went on a cruise ship, on a Royal Viking ship back in 1982. And honestly, I didn't really know where I was. I was on a cruise ship. All of a sudden, I walked into history. And everywhere you look was this amazing location and the 3 islands. I said, and of course, when you're on a cruise ship, you're there at 8 in the morning, you leave at 5 in the afternoon. I said, wait a minute, this isn't enough time for me. This is just the appetizer. I've got to come back.
And you did.
And I came back many times since. And then about 10 years ago, we actually came and did a short piece for my television show, The Travel Detective, in Malta. That was 2015. And we had such a great time. I said at that time to a number of the people there, we now have to come back and do a special. Okay. And you know what? It took us 10 years to put it together, but we did it.
And then you did put it together. And Carlo, how did Malta help with that, arranging all this stuff?
Well, I met Peter around 10 years ago when he did The Travel Detective. I had watched his productions before. But then it took some time. We had some very good feedback from the first production by Peter, and we had started talking about doing it even before the pandemic.
We did, and then of course the pandemic got in the way, but then we came back. And remember, doing a show like this is not like just showing up and shooting it. It takes about 6 months of research, because what's the title of the show? Hidden. And the concept of the show is no gift shop, no tour bus, no brochure, no guidebook. I want to take the audience to the most extraordinary but little-known experiences in any destination, but all those experiences accessible to them. And in Malta, all those hidden experiences are hiding in plain sight. You just got to know them.
And I know. I've been in Malta. I did a lovely tour from Visit Malta. It took me all around the first time we met. And I guess I didn't get all of the Hidden Malta stuff because we had to wait for Peter.
I didn't get it either. I mean, there's a lot more because we only have an hour on the show. But it's a good diverse mix of history, culture, food, music, and of course, what people don't realize about Malta is get a map. Take a look at where it's located. It's the most strategically located islands in the Mediterranean that everybody wanted, right? The Phoenicians, the Ottomans, the Byzantines, Napoleon showed up. Everybody wanted to control it. What people also don't realize is Malta was the most bombed country in World War II.
Yeah, I knew that. You and I found out because you go and you see the catacombs down below where they controlled the whole war in the middle of it. Exactly. Now, Carlo, what do you hope that this kind of exposure is going to get for Malta? You've actually had a good week because you're opening up a tourism office tomorrow. I'll be there, and you just had an announcement that Delta's going to start direct service.
Well, it's been some very hard work over the last 10 years since we came back into New York with our representation with Michel Budicic. And we've been building up momentum all the last 10 years, with Peter helping us a lot in the beginning to make the destination known to the trade and public in the U.S. And finally, the stars have aligned.
I got the release yesterday. I said, boy, this is a good week for you guys.
Yes, in fact, when we got the call on Monday, that there will be announcement of the direct flights by Delta from JFK to Malta from June 26. I was on my way to Canada, and I got the call and I said, well, this is going to be a hell of a week, a good week.
A great week. Well,
But by the way, let me put something in perspective. The word direct is not really the correct word. You know why? Because it's nonstop.
all right. Direct. Yeah.
A direct flight means you're going to stop on the same plane.
Okay.
Nonstop means that's exactly what Malta needs. That means it's open to the U.S. gateway for the very first time.
I knew Peter would correct me on
I
the
have to
flight.
do that.
I know. Sorry, you do that all the time, but it's my error. Okay.
okay.
So here you are. You at this, and now talk a little bit about Peter. Where do you? I mean, you don't have to give away all the secrets, but what are some of the places that you visit during this this wonderful program?
Well, we go everywhere, literally. We're we're in Valletta, of course. We're in St. John's Co-Cathedral, which is a very big tourist site, but not the way we did it. And you'll see that when you see the show. From the outside, that cathedral just looks like another fort. You don't know until you open the doors, and then it's out of control, because you take a look at the Baroque architecture. Not a single inch of wall space, ceiling space, or floor space is available, because what's in there is a whole history of the Order of the Knights of Malta. But the stories that are told there, the floor, it's all inlaid marble, with every knight exalting one-upsmanship, bragging about they had a better story than the other guy, right? And of course, revisionist history, but who cares? And the acoustics. It's unbelievable. And then, of course, we tell the story of what's in the altar, the amazing Caravaggio painting.
Well, I was going to say, go to the Caravaggio. Everyone knows about that, or who
They
knows
don't know
about
the whole story.
so
And we tell you, we're going to tell you the entire story.
I can't wait. I haven't seen the film. I'm going to see it tonight. So this is the first.
But that's an amazing story about a guy who was the most influential and celebrated painter of his generation, who was fleeing a murder charge and was hiding out in Malta. And he made a
As one does when you're fleeing.
But what he did was he made a deal with the knights, saying, if you'll protect me, I'll paint you a painting. And they went, sounds good to us, but I'm not going to tell you what happened until you see the show.
All right, we'll wait. Now that I'm waiting. Now I want to say it. Now I'll stay. Carlo, did you suggest any experiences for like tell him your best restaurants or some of these experiences that he didn't know about?
Well, he enjoyed some good restaurants, but he.
There's good wine too. Malta wine is great.
Yes, the Malta wine, the olive oil, but he focused on the hidden experiences, the authenticity of the destination of Malta and Gozo, and that is what the modern traveler wishes to discover. Yeah. Off the beaten track, get in contact with the local people, enjoy the traditions, enjoy the way of life that they enjoy in the middle of the Mediterranean, and that is what this program I expect to show of our destination.
The last thing you want to see on any of my shows is me eating in a restaurant going, delicious. I hate all those food shows. They're garbage. The bottom line is you want to experience the culture. Put me in the kitchen. Don't put me in the dining room. And that's what we do.
We'll try to do that, Peter. Hopefully you get in the kitchen in this one. That's
wait.
Now, why is Malta sort of coming into its own all of a sudden? It feels like all of a sudden. It's only after 7,000 years, I think. That's it, because that's what you date, right, from the.
Actually, now we date 9,000 years.
Okay, it's even more. I thought.
A recent discovery has proven that Malta was inhabited 2,000 years before what we know before. So it's 9,000 years, and it could be even longer. Yeah. So Malta, as the center of the Mediterranean, as Peter mentioned, was a place that one had to visit to establish himself in the Mediterranean. I think it's been a lot of good work by a lot of people, ourselves at the Malta Tourism Authority, but more than that, the trade in Malta and the trade overseas, especially here in the US, have pulled the rope from the same side to a target, to objective. And since the pandemic, we've been doing very, very well in all destinations, in all that we did. We've recovered very quickly from COVID-19. In 2024, we reached 3 million tourists. Last year, it was 3.56 million. This year, it will be 4 million tourists, which is an average length of stay of 6 nights. But more than that...
You have to spend at least 6 nights in Malta.
Yes, and even more. But more than that, we've been marketing the destination to match the motivations to travel of the potential travelers. It's not a must destination. You go there because you have an interest in our history, in our culture, in our gastronomy, in our wines, in our traditions, in the way we live. And that
But
is
you know, there's one thing that I want to differentiate on, and that is every head of tourism, including Carlo, sinks or swims based on the numbers, right? How many people come? What's the average length of stay? What's the average spend? This show is not about that. This show is about the quality of the experience.
Well, and that's what you need to go after. Right?
And that's what everybody wants now. They're looking for a plan B. Malta becomes a plan B.
Now, what is the most surprising thing you found out about Malta that you didn't know this time around?
Well,
That you can actually tell us. But
well, you know what? I discovered where I want to live.
Really?
Yeah. He doesn't even know.
So you're buying some real estate there, and you're going to go over there, and that's where you're going to retire?
Where he thinks.
Okay.
No, it's going to be in Gozo.
Well, you know.
Am I okay with that?
yes.
Okay, fine. I mean, seriously, so many of my friends now who want to move, and they want to move to a place like Malta. And you know what? Even though you drive on the wrong side of the road, I'll get used to it. I'm just telling you, it's my plan B.
Gozo is beautiful, and hey, it didn't last. But if Brad and Angelina can honeymoon in there, why can't you?
I will last longer than their honeymoon.
Now, same question to you, Carlo. What is the most surprising thing about Peter that you found out during this whole thing?
I want to hear that.
Well, as a person who's so famous and did so many things, and he did so many productions and everything, I always admire his drive for excellence, his drive to discover something new to include in his programs. And when we spoke, we shook hands on the program in Well Travel Market, London.
We did?
2023, I believe.
Yes, it was. Oh, wow. Yeah.
And since then, I've seen his emails, his correspondence with Michelle and the team in Malta to prepare for the program. He's so dedicated, he's so on the ball that I really admire him for this after such a distinguished career.
Listen, thank you so much for that. But you know what? Nothing could have happened without the cooperation we got from these guys, because it's all about local knowledge. It's not about me showing up and saying, we want to do this. It's about learning and then basically sharing it with the audience.
And I guess one of the last questions I want to ask both of you is that obviously we're going out to travel advisors who are booking Malta and want to tell their clients about it. What do you think that they can learn about Malta from this program? I'll ask both of you.
I think they will be able to learn a lot. I think this program will be able to capture the soul and spirit of Malta and Gozo. What makes us Maltese? What makes us the melting pot of the Mediterranean? It captures the heritage, the history of the country, the diversity of the product that we offer, of the experience that we offer in such a small place, and the hospitality of our people. I think Malta is going to be an important destination for the U.S. market.
And with all due respect to the travel advisors, now's the time to give yourself an early Christmas present. Buy an atlas, look at the map, and discover exactly where it is. Because before Delta ever flies there nonstop, it's only an hour-and-a-half flight from Rome. It's so easy to get to.
Anywhere. And a lot of them know because of the cruise market, and cruises have been, as you did, your very first time you went, cruises have been stopping in Malta for a long time.
And the smart cruises are the ones that are overnighting in Malta. That's when you get a little bit better of an immersion, which makes you really want to come back the next time. Because it's not about getting there at 8 o'clock in the morning, buying a T-shirt and running. That's not Malta.
Yeah. Now, where are we going to be able to see this program? We're seeing it tonight, but
tonight is really the sneak preview. It premieres on PBS around the United States in about a month and a half, and then about 30 days after the first premiere on PBS, it then is on the streamers, Amazon, Apple TV, and YouTube, and this will run for 3 years.
All right, and so constantly reinforcing, and you get a chance to see it whenever you want. And I guess the next question is there a website where we can find out more information about Hidden Malta, your own website? Or?
Sure, it's got the most imaginative name, petergreenberg.com.
Did you think of that yourself?
We've been meeting for weeks on this, and we update it all the time. And I should tell everybody, we are not a transactional website. There's nothing sold on that website. It's only news, and it's updated every week, so check it out.
And Carlo, where can we find out about Malta? I know what you're going to.
Well, of course, it's visitmalta.com. We're also very active on all social media. Our website is visitmalta.com, but we're also active on X, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Instagram, and everything around like that. TikTok, absolutely. Well, congratulations on this program. Again, congratulations on another hidden program. I was here, it's like a year ago, I think, that we were here for another program you did. And every year, and I actually was at your first one, which was, that was the Royal Tour.
With the King of Jordan.
Yes.
Yes.
So you've made it better every time, and you do more stuff, which I think is amazing.
You know what? As long as I can pass the physical, I'm there.
Anyway, I want to thank you both. Congratulations. And I guess it's time to watch the program. I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.